Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a very good afternoon to you wherever you are. A great Sunday afternoon here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia to be precise. Yes, it is a hot afternoon Sunday. Well, it is the day Chelsea, we are expecting to get another one good result in the bags against Nottingham Forest. Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, in few hours from now, in just about 3 hours from now, the game will kickstart. Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. Wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia, this is Salon's blog and you are highly welcome. What are your expectations for this afternoon's game? Let me hear from you in the comment section. But quickly, without much to say, let me go straight away to my preview before the game, my preview and my predicted lineup before the game kickstart. Dear friends, yes, currently Chelsea's form in the last 6 games in the Premier League and in all competitions. Chelsea's form in the Premier League and every other competition. The last Premier League wins, Chelsea lost the first game of the season, if you can remember, against Man City. Since then, we won. Then we played a draw game. Then the rest of the 3 was win. Oh yes. In all competitions, last 6 games, draw, win. Dear friend, good form. So far this season, Chelsea lost only 1 game, drew 1. Chelsea lost 1 game, drew 1, and the last 5 games have been won by Chelsea. Chelsea won all last 5 games. Dear friend, accumulated 15 goals. Oh yes, dear friends, in the Premier League, it is not by any cheap way. It came by hard work. Dear friends. Now, Nottingham Forest record in the league, draw, win, lost. They lost their last game. Dear friends, Nottingham Forest lost their last game. Win, draw, lost. That is how it is. So, head to head, Chelsea is far ahead of Nottingham Forest when it comes to the last 5-6 games. Dear friends, yes. You see, that does not mean that Nottingham are a cheap side. No, they are not. As we speak, Nottingham are one of the toughest opponents any team in the Premier League is to meet. You can see clearly that they've drawn a lot of games because they have a solid defensive setup. Now, this is my preview. Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. This is my preview. And let me start by saying that high flying under Enzo Maresca Chelsea seek a 6 straight win. Yes, in all competitions, by welcoming Nottingham Forest to Stamford Bridge this Sunday afternoon. The Blues have won back-to-back 4-2 against Brighton and Ghent over the past week. Back-to-back wins over Ghent and Brighton. 4-2 against Brighton and Ghent over the past week. While our visitors, yes, were conquered by 1-0 by Fulham in the top flight last weekend. Yes. You see, after Cole Palmer hugged the spotlight and the match ball, Chelsea's Premier League beating of Brighton, he became first ever player. He became the first ever player in the Premier League, or the first ever player in the Premier League to have scored 4 goals in a first half. And it all happened against Brighton. Maresca men shared the goals around when Ghent visited for Europa Conference League last Thursday. And that game ended 4-2 as well. And indeed, Renato Viega, Pedro Neto, Christopher Nkuku, and Kenyan Dewsbury Hall were all on target They were all on target as Chelsea made a perfect start to the league phase of this year's Conference League. Yeah. But even the Blue fans that were at the stadium could not afford to smile throughout that game, because Ghent were actually on their feet with their fans as well. On Thursday evening, as a goal-happy host, which is Chelsea, made it 5 wins on the span. A sequence that includes 3 Premier League triumphs over Bournemouth, West Ham, and Brighton, propelling Chelsea firmly into Champions League contention for next season. Well, top 4, let's say, right now as we speak, has been uncharted territory for Chelsea for the past couple of years. Oh yeah. But the Blues have only been outperformed by Liverpool. The Blues, Chelsea have only been outperformed by Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea on a point before game week kicks off. 15 goals, representing the best attacking record in this year's Premier League. Only Liverpool and Arsenal outperformed Chelsea in this regard. Our staggering 16 goals have flown into the back of opposition nets during Chelsea's last 4 matches. 16 goals into Chelsea's opponent's net in the last matches. And whatever shooting drills Maresca and his players have employed, in fact, it is working. It is working. You see, the Blues' shot conversion rate of 20.3% is also the best in the Premier League. Chelsea's conversion rate of shots of 20.3% is also the best in the Premier League this season by far. You see, while Chelsea have been making nets for fun, while Chelsea have been scoring goals for fun the past few weeks, Nottingham Forest have been happier grinding out goal wins and play out tightly contested draws. But Nuno Espirito Santos' side finally lost their unbeaten record when Fulham came to town. Interesting enough, it was Fulham that was able to break them down. Unable to find that cutting edge in front of goal, the tricky trees succumbed to a second-half penalty from Raul Jimenez en route to their first Premier League loss of the season. Albeit one that arrived much later than anticipated. You see, despite falling to fire against the Cottagers on home soil, Santos' side are still a very healthy mid-table position, lying smacking, being the middle of the rankings in 10th spot. 10th spot with an equal 6-point gap. Yes, 6-point gap to both 18th place Crystal Palace and league leaders Liverpool. Dear friends, it will be interesting to note the Stamford Bridge factor did not face Forest last season. The Stamford Bridge factor, being Chelsea's home, did not face Forest last season. As a solitary Anthony Elanga effort was enough for the Tricky Trees to earn a shock 1-0 win over Chelsea last season at Stamford Bridge. Oh yes, 1-0, 1-0. Forest, they beat Chelsea 1-0 last season in our home at Stamford Bridge. But you see, Chelsea alone atoned for that defeat the same last season with a 3-2 beating of City. Yes, Forest City. 3-2 beating of City at their own ground, and have not lost back-to-back home league games against Forest for 116 years. That is a record. Chelsea have not lost against City back-to-back for 116 years. That is the record. Once again, on the medical front for Chelsea medical bay is virtually empty, bearing captain Rhys James and Omari Kellyman, both of whom are on the mend from thigh problems. And there are still no definite time frame on the former's return. Midfielder Kenny Chukwuemeka was also last-minute absentee from the clash against Ghent due to illness, although he was not expected to be given a look in the Premier League. Anyway, you see, as Maresca reverts to his strongest possible 11, maybe with one or two from the B team. Maybe with one or two from the B team. One of several stars rested in midweek. One of several stars of Chelsea rested in midweek. Jadon Sancho has set up a goal in 3 of his Premier League appearances for Chelsea so far, and could now become just the second player to do so in the first 4 for the Blues after Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas, yes. Sticking with the team of English attackers, Forest will welcome Morgan Gibbs-White. Forest are hoping to welcome who? Morgan Gibbs-White back to the fold after the Three Lions international set his 1-game ban against Fulham, where his creativity was sorely missed by Forest. Nicolas Dominguez may be the unfortunate soul to make way for Gibbs-White, who may not be the only change in the final third. Taiwo Awoni lasted 45 minutes against Fulham and should be demoted for either Elanga or ex-Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi. Ibrahim Sangare, thigh injury, and Danilo ankle remain in Forest infirmary. That is their clinic. But the visitors otherwise have a clean bill of health for the trip to Stamford Bridge this afternoon. Dear friend, I'm about to run up my preview of the game. But before I let you go, this afternoon, what are your expectations? Expected team lineup for Chelsea. And then I will try to see if I can predict the lineup for Nottingham Forest as well. Chelsea possible starting lineup for this afternoon's game. Usual suspect. I'll start with Sancho. Jadon Sancho. But let me point out, I am scared if Cucurella and Wesley Fofana are going to be starting this game. But like our head coach said, a game at a time. Both Cucurella and Fofana are on 4 yellow cards apiece. Any more yellow card will result in them not playing in our next game after the international break against Liverpool, a more tougher opponent, in my own opinion. So I would have wished to rest Fofana and Cucurella, but it is what it is. Our coach made it clear, a game at a time. So I'll still maintain Fofana, Levi Colwill, and Cucurella. That's Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana, Levi Cowell, and Mike Cucurella in our defense, with Cucurella inverting to midfield. In midfield, it's all about Enzo Fernandez, the captain of the side, Moise Caicedo, and yes, this is where the issue is. Should we start with Neto Pedro or we should go with Noni Madueke? Fill in that gap. You that is watching me, I want you to fill in Noni Madueke or Pedro to fill in the right side of the field. Cole Palmer playing the number 10. Sorry. Cole Palmer playing number 10 role. Jadon Sancho, left winger, and Nicolas Jackson heading the attack. Dear friends, that is my first 11 for Chelsea for this afternoon's game. I'm taking it again. Gusto, Fofana, Cowell, Cucurella, Fernandez, Caicedo, Madueke. In fact, Madueke or Pedro Neto, fill in the gap there. Which are the two? Madueke or Pedro Neto? Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho, and Nicolas Jackson heading the attack. Dear friend, quickly before I let you go, let me go to Nottingham Forest, my possible predicted lineup. Thank you. My possible predicted lineup for Nottingham Forest. Oh yes. Sales, Ena, Milinkovic, Moreno, Ward-Prowse, Anderson, Elanga, Gibbs-White, Hudson-Odoi, and Wood. That is my possible predicted lineup for Nottingham Forest. Dear friend. Now, should I predict my goal line? Well, looking at the defensive work of Nottingham Forest, dear friends, I will go for Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. This is a bold prediction. Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Because I believe we have the men to break down that defense. On our bench and in the first 11. Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. You see, Forest have restricted their Premier League rivals to just 18 shots on target so far this season. Only Manchester City can boast such a low tally. So Chelsea cannot expect to cap open the tricky trees with ease. And it's the reason why I didn't mention 5-0. Oh yes. However, when there is a Palmer, there is a way. Listen to me. When there is a Palmer, there is a way. And when there is Nicolas Jackson, there is definitely going to be creativity from the midfield to the goal, to the net of Nottingham Forest. As difficult as it might look, Chelsea will come triumph. I still predict Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, I am ending with a shout out. Let me hear from you in the comment section. We are going to go live on TikTok during the game. Yes, it's very possible. We might go live. So wait for us on our TikTok, Salon's blog. We might be going live on TikTok this afternoon. Jonathan Fode says, good morning, sir. Jonathan Fode from Celerio. Chelsea will win today's game. Big shout out to you, Jonathan Fode, wherever you are in Celerion. Have a great Sunday afternoon. This was a good morning, sir, Mr. Salon blog. Thank you for your update. May God bless you. You are too much. Please keep it up. As for Enzo Maresca, hey, what EPL best manager of the month? I pray you should continue like this up blues. I wish all Chelsea fans all over the world happy weekend and a happy Sunday for this top 4. It's sure for me. Take Romeo Lavia to Team B and bring Who? Sicily. Oh, Cesare Casadai or Chukwemeka into the first team. We give Chelsea new name in my area. Handicap because Chelsea give us what we want over 2 corner kick winning so far. Really? Winning so far. So on. Thank you. My name is Prince Sam from Lagos, Nigeria. My correct score is 3-0. Just as I predicted as well. Big shout out to you, my good friend out there, Prince Sam from Lagos, Nigeria. Chelsea fan, we move. Big shout out to you, Prince Sam from Lagos, Nigeria. From my good friend Elisha Baz, he said, please, Mr. Selon, is this only Real Madrid can buy Chelsea player? Is it only Real Madrid that can buy Chelsea player? Because I don't understand how people have been thinking sometimes. Or is it because Chelsea sell Eden Hazard and also allow Antonio Rudiger to go as free agents? Because of this issue of Russia and Ukraine means Real Madrid can come over and buy any Chelsea player just like that. Please tell them it's not possible. Okay? Thanks. At Chelsea for life. Blue heart emoji 100%. Well, my dear friend, Elisha Bazi, that is what they are saying. No? They think Chelsea can just let go their players to Real Madrid. We understand Real Madrid is a big club. And like they say, when Real Madrid come calling, who are you to say no? I mean, it's about the players, not necessarily your team, Chelsea. It's about the players. Sometimes the players, they really want to go. That is how it is. Because they believe Real Madrid is an upgrade on Chelsea. That is a belief. And it's true. The fact is that the biggest club in the world, you can't, argue that with anyone. The biggest club in the world, Real Madrid. Then Bayern Munich, before you can talk about Chelsea and other ones. You get what I mean? Big shout out to you, my good friend Elisha Bazi. Big shout out to you out there. This one says, yes, our coach is trying. He deserves to have it. I'm happy for him. Kopama is the key of the Chelsea. Oh, Kopama is the key for Chelsea. Yes, Kopama is the key for Chelsea. Big shout out to you guys all out there. Indubusi Ike from Nigeria, I believe. Then this one says, good morning, Mr. Salon. Chelsea will win 4-1. Bismarck from Ghana. Big shout out to you, Bismarck from Ghana. The next one says, I think that Pundis is dreaming. Palmer is not going anywhere. Albert from Takrady, Ghana. Albert from Takrady, Ghana. Big shout out to you. All right, my last 4 here. Kole Wisdom from Ghana says, good morning, Mr. Salon. Cole Palmer stays forever. Wisdom from Ghana. Big shout out to you, Wisdom from Ghana. Frederick Amabe says, good evening, Mr. Salon Blog. I pray we win our game. Frederick Amabe from Biafra State, Nigeria. Big shout out to you. The next one says, God, with some emojis there, will do it for us. Amen. Amen. God will do it for us. 3-0. Big shout out to you. The name is what? Jerry Marvelous. Big shout out to you, Jerry Marvelous. I believe you're in Nigeria. All right. The last but not the least. Good evening, sir. Renato Viega is my guy. He's making me to remember Rudiger. He's very aggressive. I like him very well. It's a good signing for us. Please remember the promise you, my dear friend, I remember my promise. Big shout out to you out there. I love you all. I'll see you guys after the game for my post-match reaction. Remember, we are going on TikTok live. Yes, we are on TikTok live. Salon's blog. Watch out for us there during the game. I'll see you guys when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.